Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Shall we begin the session? Yes. Today's topic is the document and data control. That is the same revision of the quality system in IT. So, shall we start? All right. Criteria that is using up, so that is used with the document and the data control. So this element is used in section number 4 under the quality management. That is how to control the data, what are the various steps that is used in the quality control management that is used in the quality management system that are reduced the content that are reduced original matters. Now next one is the purchasing that is also closed under the project on the product realization, retaining the original intent and observing the receiving inspection. Then 4.7 is a customer supplied product. That means whatever the customer supplied, whatever the product that is customer supplied, so there is a customer supplied product that is used under the production and the service provision, retaining the original intent. Had the architect to recognize their customer supplied property in such a manner that design issues is one of the production issues that is raised, that is used in the level of the production that is used in the customer supplied product. Then product identification and the traceability. This is also used under the production and the service provision that retains the original intent. And when the architect used that recognize that product identification is a design and the purchasing issue, that is also a production method. Then process control. This is also a provision for the production and the service, and that has reduced but retained the same intent as in the original version. So whatsoever the original version, whatsoever the original data that is reduced to the content, that is reduced to the content or the same intent of the original version. The next one is inspection and the testing. So that is used with the monitoring and the measurement, that is used with the clauses that have reduced to 3 short paragraphs that retain the same intent as the original intent. So whatsoever the intent, whatsoever the data, whatsoever the paragraph that is used with the inspection and the testing. That is used under the monitoring and the measurement. This is used with the short paragraph that retain the same intent as the original version. Then inspection, measuring and the test equipment. Whatsoever the inspection, whatsoever the measuring technique that is used with the product realization, so that it could be included in the clause where exclusions were permitted, and that can be placed in the section number 8 along with the measurement. Whatsoever the measurement technique, analysis and the improvement. Whatsoever the analysis, improvement technique, whatsoever the data that is used with the measurement, analysis and the improvement. And this is because the principles are not really about the controlling measuring devices, but also the maintaining the integrity of the measurement. How to integrate the, or how to, we can say the integrate, we can say the, how to merge with the various measurement that is used with the architect. It also recognizes the measurement integrity that applies to all the measurement, that are not only the physical measurement but also rewritten the clause and not made it functional. The next one is the inspection and the test status. What is the inspection? What is the test status that is used over here? So this element has been reduced to one line and placed in the clause 7.53 on the identification and the traceability. That is used with identification, that is how to identify, how to trace, that is identification and the traceability, that is also a clause in the inspection and the test status. Then control of the non-conforming product. Whatsoever the non-conforming product that is not used, or that is not placed under the measurement, analysis, improvement, that is controlled under the non-conformity product. And this is not in fact the correct location of the requirement, that is more to do with the product realization than the measurement, and that is also a position that has been designated as the only section where the exclusions must be or may be permitted. Whatsoever the exclusions, whatsoever the data that may be permitted, so there is the demand for the non-conformity of the product. Then corrective and the preventive action. Whatsoever the corrective actions, whatsoever the preventive action that is used with the improvement, and the wordings remains very similar and does not change the meaning of these confusing concepts, that is used and remains an action to prevent the recurrence of the non-conformity. Recurrence in the sense, whatsoever the recurrence data, whatsoever the recurrence analysis, that is used with the corrective action, that is used with the content to prevent the recurrence, and also the preventive action that remains and action to prevent the occurrence of the non-conformity. Whatsoever the occurrence, whatsoever the data, whatsoever the accuracy that is used, that remain the same to prevent the occurrence of the non-conformity. Then handling storage, packaging, preservation, and the delivery. That is used with the product realization, that is used to reduce the two requirements of less than 3 lines primarily, because all the 6 clauses have been addressed the same principle of controlling conformity and preventing the deterioration. Deterioration means whatever the material, whatever the issue that is destroyed, that is done over here. Then quality records, that is used with the general quality management and the requirement that is reduced to a few lines. Then internal quality audit, that is known as monitoring and the measurement, that also used with the original auditing, original wordings. Then training, that has been used on the resource management to enhance the competency and the awareness. What is the competency? What is the awareness of the data? Now, next is a planning. That is how to plan out, how to exclude with the planning part. The next one is a quality management techniques. What are the various quality management techniques that is used? What are the various quality management data that is used over here? Why it is necessary? Because it leads to the system approach principle. It begins with the system approach principle. Begin in the sense whatsoever the data that is used, so that is leads to the system approach principle. That is also a scenario that is used for establishing a quality management principle that is used in accordance with the requirement of the ISO 9001. To establish means to set up on a permanent basis, install or create, and therefore is establishing a management system. It has to be designed, it has to be constructed, resourced, installed, and integrated into the organization, signifying whatsoever the data, whatsoever the management system on the paper is not a management system. Whatsoever the data that is installed, whatsoever the data that is carried out, that is not a management system. This is the use that is used with the management content that is available with the data that is available with the quality management principles. Then establishing a system in accordance with the requirements of the ISO 9000 means that the characteristics of the system have to meet the requirements of the ISO that is used with the requirement of the ISO 9000 that are not expressed as the system requirements, that is used with the data that is used with the organization requirements that will comply whatsoever the organization that is used with the requirement that is often integrated into the way the organization does things. And whatsoever the organization, whatsoever the things that is used, so they are documenting what they want to educate with the establishing a system for the reasons that is necessary. And this leads to the system approach principle. So this is the main reason why there is a need for this one. So that customers are satisfied, organization are satisfied, whatsoever the management system, whatsoever the working criteria that is formalized. In other words, it is partially formalized but not the effective in few organizations, that is used to enable the objectives, that is used to make the objectives year after the year. In that organization, then management system have been established rather than evolved, and if the organization desires year after year success, it needs a formal mechanism to accomplish it, that would be used by the chance or by the brute force and determination of one man or woman. That requires an effective management system. Effective management system means what are the various interconnected processes that includes the task, resources, and behavior. Now, how it is implemented, what is the main task or what is the main scenario, how it is implemented. That is used to establish, document, implement, maintain, improve, that are used in the standard as though this is the sequence of the activity when in the reality. So whatsoever the data that is used, whatsoever the establishment, whatsoever the document implementation that is used in the standards. So on the right side, there are 4 important roots: improvement in the conformity, improvement in the construction, during the construction, that arises for the effectiveness. That will lead to the system development, that will lead to documenting a quality approach, quality management system that is used in chapter number 6, and the other actions are also addressed below. Now, next one is the process installation that is used, how the systems are established, how the data will be established to make the system, to make the scenario-based system that is used with the process installation that is not prepared. Therefore, a process installation is a preparation of the sound foundation that is concerned with the data, that is concerned with the purpose and the objective of what is to be happen. They all need to perceive the benefits and be committed to change and understand the concepts and the principle involved. Whatsoever the principle, whatsoever the data that is involved over here. Then installation is not a term that is often used with respect to the management system. and that is used with the implementation, that is used with the rule. That management system is the set of the rules, not a dramatic or dynamic systems. And there's a common failing with the implementation, that is used with the practices, that is used with what is mandatory, what is not to be mandatory. And the process of installing a new process or one that requires a change in practice is one that is concerned with the management of the change. Management of the change in the sense, whatever the data that is used with the concern that is used with the data, that is concerned with the resources, that is concerned with the attitude, culture, barriers, and other resistance that may be a jurisdiction, that may be a resource, that may be not be a resource. This is the business management, customer needs and expectations, governing policies, system design, construction, operation, operator or operational processes, customer system evaluation, certification body, results, maintenance, improvement, changes, whatsoever the data, whatsoever the management technique that is used over here. And the next one is a process commissioning, process integration, system integration. So these are used for identifying the process. These are used for meaning the process, that is used for the quality management system and their application throughout the organization. Now this is the end-to-end process, process A, process B, and the process C. That is a value chain that should extend from the needs of the interested party to the satisfaction of the needs. Why it is necessary? This will lead to the process approach principle. Process approach principle that is used with a series of the interconnected processes, and therefore these processes needs to be identified with the process scenario. Now, how is this implemented? How is this implemented in the sense, what are the various processes that is used with the standard, that is used with all the processes, with all the definition that includes business processes, that include the decision-making processes. The next one is there are several ways of identifying the processes, but the two that we will discuss here are the top-down approach and the bottom-up approach. And from the organization mission statement, determine the factors upon which accomplishment of the mission depends. These are the critical success factors. These are the capabilities needed. Consequently, identifying the process that is required to deliver these capabilities. And in order to fulfill the missions that will be used with the organization's capability to design the process, to use the process. Then bottom up means going from bottom and then up with asset management with the different naming convention. This is the context diagram that is used for the customer queries.